We need immigration reform, and we need to stop this massive flow of illegal immigration coming across our southern border.
If somebody break in your house and kill your child, would you let them move in?
When did Americans become second?
Hey there, this is Matthew Tragesser with the Federation for American Immigration Reform. We're here at National Harbor for CPAC 2020. Right behind me, we'll be entering the convention center to ask attendees their thoughts on immigration in 2020. How do you feel the Trump administration is doing on the immigration issue, legal and illegal?
His performance is outstanding. The problem is our own Republicans don't support him. I just often say how much more would actually be done, if, not only on immigration, but on everything, if the Republican Party would get behind him.
I think he's doing a phenomenal job. I think that's one of our biggest issues to America and our nation right now is immigration. I like that he has stopped in his best attempts, minimize immigration from the most terror-filled countries or countries that support radical terrorism.
Right.
I think that's a huge concern. After 9/11 especially, it really put a spotlight on it.
As far as illegal immigration, I would say he's done pretty good, restricting the way people come into the country and go on to welfare.
He's tried to deliver on his promises. He's been pushing hard for the wall funding. Republicans haven't always been united and working with him great, and of course the House isn't working for him now at all.
I think that President Trump is doing a great job when it comes to immigration. He's the first president that has really stood up and said, look, we know that we've needed a border wall for a long time. We actually need to go down there and build it. We need immigration reform, and we need to stop this massive flow of illegal immigration coming across our southern border.
10 out of 10. I'm actually an immigrant from Uzbekistan, and I think that President Trump really loves treating illegal immigrants the way they should be treated compared to the illegal immigrants. My parents sold everything they had, and here we are 11 years later attending a conservative conference.
So far, I would give him an A+. The wall is not built, but the wall is being built. And Trump is not against people coming in. He's against them coming in illegally. And most people get it confused, thinking Trump say he's anti or calling them names. He's not calling them names. He's calling the bad ones names.
Right. I would rate it a C personally, just because he's made some promises during his campaign that he has said, I'm going to make a border wall. There is some progress with it, and I understand having a divided Congress, it's tough to get these things through.
But I think that we're focusing too much on illegal immigration and not enough on legal immigration, because that's what's really hurting this country. It's that we have people immigrating from third world countries who are willing to work for less. We should be helping our own people first.
Why should people in a younger age care about the immigration issue?
Immigration is going to become a problem, especially due to the fact that jobs are going to be shrinking due to the ideas of AI. And so when you add more people into the workforce, it's going to affect the job sources of millennials and Gen Z people.
Well, let me get your thoughts on the border wall. So the Trump administration, they've built about 100 miles so far. Do you think it's an effective way to curb illegal immigration and stop narcotic flows at the southern border?
Absolutely. In fact, the proof's in the pudding. They've already cut it by about 60 to 70%, just that little bit. So I'm sure they're putting it in critical spots.
Honestly, I think it's most definitely effective, just that you got to get more of it in there.
I think that a wall is 99% effective. Obviously, there are still going to be people that somehow go over or under a wall, but it's going to prevent a massive number of people from just walking across. I've been to the southern border, and there are large areas where there was nothing at all. It would be just like, you and I could walk across the field.
With the 2020 election coming up, what would you want Trump to focus most on with immigration?
I'm from Maryland, and Baltimore is becoming a sanctuary city for illegal immigrants, and we have the MS-13 gang, and we hear all the time on the news, another person was murdered or another 13-year-old girl was raped by them.
What do you say to critics who say, hey, immigration enforcement, deportations, that's inhumane, cruel? I mean, you just mentioned MS-13 members in your community, just wreaking havoc. How do you respond to that it's inhumane to deport people that are, criminals?
They're criminals. You said it. They're criminals. Why shouldn't they be deported? Why should you put those who are illegal immigrants and criminals in before your actual own people? Why do people allow illegal immigrants to get so much more, to do more than Americans? When did Americans becomes second.
Well, I am a first-generation Mexican American. My family is from Guadalajara. I was born and raised in San Diego, California. So that is a city that is filled with problems due to unchecked immigration. People think ICE and Border Patrol they're mean, evil people, they're racist, but there are a lot of Hispanics. These are their own culture, their own people, their own culture that they're working with, so they're not out to harm them. They care about them, but they have to acknowledge that they're doing their job, and we need to know who's coming into this country.
My response is, if somebody break in your house and kill your child, would you let them move in?
No.
It's just like that.
It's common sense.
It's common sense. If
Yeah.
somebody breaks in your house and robs, takes your TV and your jewelry, and just because he did it once, now he said, well, he's been in the house, might as well make him a room.
Right.
That's some of the dumbest things. We have to use common sense when it comes to America.
And that's a wrap for CPAC 2020 at National Harbor. I'm Matthew Tragesser with the Federation for American Immigration Reform. For more information on immigration, please check us out on our website at fairus.org.